Welcome along to episode 54 of the Don Michelle sponsored A View from Section C. A wee bit later in the week this week, we're on Wednesday. I had to think what date it was there. Purely because I was watching the Scotland game last night.
Yep. Lucky for some folk, I managed to get to catch it. But hey ho, some people hate to work for a living.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah. If you think about it, Junior, we're late this week based on the last couple of weeks have been Tuesdays, and we're early because we normally do it on Thursdays.
I know. But aye, fucking Spanish, they've went right down in my estimations now, eh? Cheating bastards, the hell game. Cheating bastards. See what happens when Enrique goes?
Well, that's what happens, eh? And the Spanish are different. We're going to go. We'll get a history lesson here. The Spanish aren't the same as the Catalonians. That's what I will say. The Catalonians are like the Scottish.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, how's your week been?
Week's been busy as usual.
Yep.
Busy as usual. But yeah, that is what it is, eh? What else could you do?
Yeah.
Just go on with it.
Yes, indeed. I feel the same. It's been a busy week at work. I'm obviously away next week with basketball, so we're going to have to figure out when we're recording episode.
Well, listen, then you
might be able to do it Monday. We could do it Monday.
Then you be starting your shite. Like Ego, what a Timbuktu, and I've got to come on to a podcast. You're only going to Ireland. You'll be doing the podcast when I tell you.
I'll take for the flight. I'll pre-record myself.
The thing is, this weekend's the last weekend anyway, so it'll be the end of the season show.
Yeah, it's the end of the season show. So it will be that, and we'll get to that, and we'll get there next week. I think I could do it Monday. If not, we could do it Friday when I'm back. But so last review of the season, last preview of the season. Sorry, this episode. But we'll start off as we normally do, in good old fashion of shout outs and call outs. And Senior, you've got a shout out to begin with.
Have I? Well, I've one's just came in. I can, but I forgot already. One's came into my head, and it's a shout out. It's a wee shout out to our old mate Dowdy, because he had his testimonial last night. No, I can, but what the second day is. I was playing the long game.
You and fucking Robert Dowd.
Yeah, so it was Dowdy's testimonial last night. So as a shout out to him, I hope everything went well. We did put a wee thing on Twitter for him, and he did respond to it. And he's listen, Junior, he's wanting back on the show, eh?
Is he?
Yeah, when it goes post-season, in between end of the season, so in the off-season, Dowdy will come back on again, and we'll speak about the season that's just went past again. But also, I'm calling him out as well, because I did say to him, where's the tickets? We never got them, eh? And us being Scottish, we were not. He probably called us a dick or something.
No, you asked that. You said all the best for tonight. We would have been there, but no VIP tickets. We never received them. Blah blah blah. And his response was, "Thanks, lads."
Yeah.
That's all you got. So
shocking.
You're
absolutely
no mates.
Shocking.
That's it. You're no mates.
He'll be back on the podcast. He'll be called out the next time. Anyway, but no, shout out Margaret McFergo. Margaret McFergo. For the we've got away from sort of the cakes and everything at the game, so we went savoury this time, and Margaret turned up with, I think it was pork, red pepper and chorizo homemade sausage rolls. Junior, oh my god,
homemade fiesta.
That is your rage. Honestly, they were orgasmic. That's all I'm going to say.
They were tremendous.
They were outstanding. So well done, Maggie. I'm proud of you. This week, I think we're going to put the blankets down at the sets, and we're just going to have a wee picnic.
Yeah.
Because I ain't looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah. Myself and Shannon, we brought in the mini chicken popper things, and Shannon brought me chicken satay sticks for herself. Well, for everyone, but she likes them more than me. I don't really like them.
Yeah, she
The
ate
shortbread, the chocolate shortbread things as well. And the fucking cookies as well. Shannon brought a feast.
Actually, listen, we better watch what we're saying.
We'll say that. Fuck the ice rink.
Exactly. Exactly. We'll get.
We ate them all in the car park before
we
the
ate them
game.
in the car park. Yes. We stood at the doors and ate them before we came into the rink.
Stephen Ward can confirm that. Young Stephen can confirm that.
We never had anything when we came in. Yeah. But you've got a call out, and it's a major call out.
You know what? This isn't fun and games. This one. This is a serious call out.
Definitely.
So obviously we had our competition last week of guess the correct score. Now, I went through the list on Saturday night after the game, just thinking, wonder if anybody's won. I'm all excited, seeing as we got bet again. And one winner. Fucking brilliant. Yes. Didn't hate to do the draw. Didn't hate to do a live recording so that everyone knows that it's fair. And then Senior texts us on Monday or Tuesday.
Yep.
Have you put anything out about the winner? Yep, I commented on the page. But there's more than one winner. There was now more than one winner. So for those of you watching on the YouTube channel just now, there was a certain person had guessed the score of Stars winning. He didn't realise that I can view his edit history. This person then changed his score at 21-16 to 6-3 Guildford, and then changed it again at 22-53, well after the game had finished, 4-6 Flames. The call out is Mr. Andrew Strange.
Shocking.
You know what?
Shocking
I'm
behaviour.
not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
I was, and the best bit was he never even said anything. And then when I called him out, I messaged him, and he just replied, "Rumbled." Unbelievable, Jeff.
It's what we're up against. It's what we're up against.
Imagine just for a pizza.
Come on, see if it was me. See if it was me. I'd ban him for the ice rink.
Oh!
or when it's like that, we should get a T-shirt made, called out on Section C, not angry, just disappointed, and you have to sit and wear it so everybody knows it was you.
Yeah. So I actually think that now his wife messaged me as well, and she had said, "Call him out." So I think the fair thing to do here is Andrew Strange is banned from the next competition. However, Vanessa can still enter because she told me to call him out. So, Mr. Strange officially banned for the next competition, whenever that is. But we do have one competition winner, and that competition winner is Lee Maloney. So congratulations, Lee, on guessing the correct score of the home game against the Guildford Flames. Senior has the voucher. So
I've got the voucher.
Senior will be bringing it up on Sunday.
Yeah.
I now know where you sit.
Oh, good Junior.
He also has a view from Section C.
Outstanding.
I know. Love it when what.
I love it when a Section C. Section C winner.
Section C didn't win a lot of things. But yeah,
we get the blame of a lot on things.
But again, congrats to our competition winner, Lee Maloney. We will get that voucher to you. I've already arranged it with him through the socials.
Perfect. Well done, Lee.
But a big shout out on the actual podcast. I actually do have another shout out, which I actually forgot to do last week. Now, it was on the Stars supporters page on Facebook. I'm now trying to scroll furiously through my page to find it, and I can't mind his name, and that is terrible. So anyway, there was
so
link.
Unprofessional.
You know what? I've been too busy dealing with the competition and that to try to totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
It's Luke McGuinness. That's who it was. So Luke put up he's an HNC business student, and one of his classes required him to do a bit of market research around a business idea. And his business idea was obviously an ice hockey equipment shop. So he put the form survey type thing on the supporters page. What we'll do is, obviously, I meant to give him a shout out last week and I totally forgot about it. So I do apologise, look, but we will put the link onto a post from the View from C section, a View from Section C page.
Junior, you're having an absolute nightmare just now.
I know, it's been a terrible week.
Do you want to press stop and we'll start again? Or are you okay?
I know. No, I'm fine. I'm composing myself. We will get the link on the page. As I say, I was meant to shout out last week and I never. So we'll get it out this week. After obviously we post the show up and stuff like that. So yes, there we go. Last shout out. Moving on swiftly. We're just going to get straight to it. It is our 51 club sponsored game reviews. Now, it was a bit of a strange week in Stars Nation. We were away to the Nottingham Panthers on Wednesday night. The Stars got off to basically a 2-0 lead. Johan Eriksson, assisted by Ryan Verry and Ben Soke at 4:24. Ben Soke, assisted by Eriksson and Folk at 12:37. The Panthers pulled one back through Tanner Sorensen at 19:12 on the power play. Hugo Reinhardt, assisted by Philippe Songe and Brethen Priest at 24:14. Ben Soke, assisted by Folk at 39:28. And then a final period goal by Mr. Songe himself, assisted by Reinhardt and Barriga, 54:24. Giving the Stars a very much surprising 5-1 victory.
Shocked. Honestly, could not believe it. And you probably found out when I started texting you about the game. I was like, this is ridiculous. What's happened here? Where has this team been all season?
Well,
to go to Nottingham and win 5-1. However, I will put a wee side note on it, right? Nottingham are pish.
Oh, they're pish.
Right? They are a poor team. Yet they'll still qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah.
We'll finish bottom. But what a performance. What a result. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
Senior, you got the score correct in this game.
Of course I did. I knew it was going to be 5-1.
Except for the ranked team.
Yeah, I should just say what the score is going to be and hope for the best.
And usually when that happens, you get a big. Our survey says.
Shocker.
So yeah, it was a 5-1 win, a massive victory for the Stars in Nottingham.
Yep.
We both did have them down to lose. Mine was a little bit closer. Mine was 4-2. But
I just could not see them getting anything in Nottingham midweek. I just couldn't.
When we spoke last week on the podcast, though, I did say that they're not a team that we've really struggled against this year. We've competed in every game against them, so I could see us winning, but I didn't think we would. I just thought with the way things had been going, I thought Nottingham home midweek, one of those games. But
I was the same. I was thinking it's a midweek game. You've got to travel down there. It's a late-ish face-off for a midweek game.
Yeah.
Nottingham are not intimidating as what they used to be, but based on our form, I thought Nottingham playing at home would have beaten us easily. Absolutely delighted to have been proved wrong.
Yeah,
massively.
And it kept us
big egg on the face for me, like.
Yeah, and it kept us in with a chance of mathematically qualifying for the playoffs.
Exactly. And then what it did for me was it was like, we've got two massive games coming up against a team challenging for the league, and it now transpires that it's going to probably go. Well, it will go to the last weekend. I thought we could rumble them, maybe in the home game. Away game, I didn't fancy. Then you see a 5-1 away victory in Nottingham. You suddenly think the team's going to be up for the Guildford Flames game, albeit ultimately we were disappointed.
And we were. up for the Guildford Flames
Definitely.
game. So
Yep.
one of the best periods of hockey I have seen from the Stars all season. Hugo Reinhardt, assisted by Philippe Songe and his drunken uncle and friends at 9:23. Philippe Songe then scored the second for the Stars, short-handed at 13:54. Barriga then made it 3, assisted by Songe and Fraser at 18:41 on the power play at the end of the first period. Then came the usual woes of the Stars this season. Mike Crowcock at 25:16. Brett Ferguson, 26:07. So 2 quick-fire goals, making it 4-2. Jordan Klimek at 35:51. Short-handed goal by Brett Ferguson at 38:50, made it 4-3 to Guildford. And then Cole Michael Fraser, assisted by Folk and Very at 39:13 on the power play to respond to that short-handed goal just seconds before it. Third period going in all tied. Ryan Tate on the power play at 43:50. And then Peter Scranella, whatever his name is, at 59:14, giving the Guildford Flames a 6-4 victory. One thing that I am really happy about is that Britton never abandoned his goal for them to get the final goal at the end of the game. He was in there for it, but he didn't abandon the goal. He attempted to abandon the goal, that naughty boy that he is. However, he didn't.
He tried to abandon it. He tried to abandon it a couple of times, but the puck kept coming towards him, so he had to go back again.
Yeah. Now, I'd heard a few times, so there's about 3 minutes to go in the game, and we get a power play. A surprise power play, considering some of the calls or non-calls that were made in that game from the officials. We will not name names, because we're impartial like that, and we are all Team Stripes. They're all our friends, other than Brown the Clown, who was not reffing. But 3 minutes to go. You're down 1, you're on the power play. And I heard a lot of people screaming for us to pull the goalie at that time. Now, I understand you want that 6th player on to give us more possession, more, cause a bit more chaos in front of the goalie. But there's 3 minutes left on the power play. They're just inviting them to shoot it into a fucking empty net. That's not the time to pull. If it was about a minute 45, a minute and a half to go, possibly, but no three odd minutes.
No. I'm a great believer in that. And even, to be honest with you, even about the later it goes into the game, I'm still of the opinion that the opposing team, they can't ice it because they're short-handed, so they're getting freebies at the goal. Every time you cough up the puck. I remember speaking to Plusy about this, and Plusy says very, very rarely do teams practice 6-on-4.
Yeah.
They don't do it.
Yeah.
They don't do it. So when that 6th person comes on, it's like mayhem. The D-core know what they have to do, but then the forwards are struggling because as a 5-on-4, they know where they should be. And then the 6th person appears and they're like, shit, what do we do?
Yeah.
He says teams very, very rarely practice a 6-on-4. So for me, I'd leave the goalie. I'd leave the goalie where he is.
Yeah.
You're up a man anyway. Yeah. But even then, for me, you're a player up anyway. You should be able to move the puck quick enough to create a bit of space.
Yeah. But first period, absolutely tremendous.
Amazing.
I have not saw the Stars play like that all season. It was probably the best period of hockey we've played all year. And at that point, you
could probably say that's the 3 periods in Nottingham plus that period was probably about the best 4 periods I've played in a long, long time.
And that's when you're sitting thinking, fucking hell, like
Nottingham
5-1 away, pumped. Now we're pumping 2nd in the league at home and controlling it deservedly, winning 3-0. Could have been more. But then, don't take anything away from Guildford. They came out and they played a lot better in the 2nd and 3rd period. But I still do feel that we were our own downfall yet again
Definitely.
with
Yeah.
basic errors that caused
We were
goals.
defensively, overall, this is no dig at the defence, but overall defensively in that second period, we were very, very poor as a
Yeah.
team and as individuals. And I would probably think if Britton was an honest laddie, he would admit he probably coughed up at least two of them.
Yeah, I think it was the second one when he let the second one in. I think his head went down after that.
Yeah.
And you see, no, like us, we chanted his name, we tried to rally him again, and
Yeah.
And this is the problem with Britain, not the problem with Britain, but the problem that Britain has this year is he's not match sharp all the
Yeah.
time. To put him in and not, did he play in Nottingham? Yeah, he got the assist.
Yeah. He
So
played.
to put him in
He played in
Nottingham,
Nottingham and then played the home game.
to then play the home game again after not playing the weekend before, it's a bit like where's his head at now, and where's the match sharpness coming from? And I really feel for him, because like we said, we potentially could lose him next year because of the lack of ice time that he gets.
Yeah.
For me, he's not the starter. He's not a number one where he can play 30, 40, 45 games a season.
No.
But he has got to be playing at least 50% of them. Him and an import. Maybe just less than 50%, but they need to be splitting it.
I would say, depending on who the import goalie is, right? This year, they probably could have split it 50-50, or maybe slightly more in favour of Anton. And that's just based, this is not based on Anton's performances. This is based on what we spoke about last week, is Anton's game high for a season, like 29, 30 games or something.
Yeah.
So we play 54 games in a season. If Anton plays 30 games this year, that then means Britain's getting 24. So it's not far away from being 50-50.
Yeah.
But it depends on who your number one goalie is.
Yeah.
And I think Britain knows that. It's probably difficult to know what Britain was promised this season. I honestly thought he'd have got a lot more games, particularly at the start of the season, to keep Anton for the end of the season. It's now flipped on its head, where we're now basically splitting them 50-50 over weekends, and it's too late.
Yep. Yep. And with that, it did become mathematically impossible for us.
But listen, that first period, take nothing away from him. We were on fire. But when Guildford get going, and it's the same old adage, people are now just tapping me on the shoulder at games, when they score and then they score away, as if to go, yeah, you were right again. Yeah, it happens twice this time.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So
that was a sore one. That was a real sore one.
Yep. On that, you had predicted 5-2. I had predicted 6-2 Guildford. So I got their goals right.
Yeah.
And between the two, we've got our goals right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great first, very, very poor second period, and then meh third period.
It's what's frustrating, Junior, right, is we score 4 goals at home against a top Guildford team, and we still get bit. Yeah. That's the frustrating thing about it, and it just goes to show where the issues are beginning to lie again. Right?
Yeah.
Again, we're scoring goals now. 4 against Guildford, 5 in Nottingham. We can score. We've proved we can score.
Yeah.
Sonch, Bariga, Soki, Eriksson. Can I put the puck in the net?
Yeah. So put the puck in the net. We did that first again in Guildford. And by that man that you've just named, Johan Eriksson, against his old club again. Assisted by Soki and down 9:26 on the power play. Guildford then rushed into a bigger lead to go 4-1 up. Ian McNulty, 15-19. Kyle Locke, 17:57. Crowcock at 23:53. Tedesco, 25:29. Stars pulled one back through Elijah Bariga again on the power play, assist by Sonch and Soke, 36-35. Ryan Tate restored the lead, restored their gap at 44-05. Up he steps, young Johnny McBean. First Elite League goal assisted by Craig Garrigan and Leisman at 47-56. But then a quick fire power play goal by Sam Markland at 48-28. And then Granella again with the icing on the cake at 55-26. Story there, senior. First and second goal, third and fourth goal. Quick.
Yeah, first and second.
Wham, bam,
third and fourth.
Thank you, ma'am.
Then they score. Then we score within a minute. And then they score again. Yeah. It's been the story of the season, Junior.
Yeah. I just, you know what? I don't really care about that game. The main thing out of that was Johnny McBean. A point last week. A goal. Sorry, the week before. A goal. Last week there. Listen, people got messages. So when obviously we discussed this, and then other people have now been putting on social media and that, saying, give them the ice time, give them the chance, see what happens. And a lot of people have been saying there's a massive difference between the NIHL and the Elite League. Massive difference. He's not ready. I think give him the ice time.
So
put him in the right places.
If he's not ready, my question then is, when will he be ready? And what does he have to do? Right? So he's playing NIHL with Solway.
Yeah.
So what's the next?
Ridiculous amount of points.
Yeah. So what is the next step for him from there? He would, for me, if the gap from Solway to Dundee is too big, he has to go in the middle, and he'll need to go and play like what Callie and that have done. Went and played in whatever. I think Solway's NIHL 2 or something like whatever it is anyway.
Yeah.
But he has to go with the likes Swindon, Bristol, Peterborough, Sheffield Steel Dogs, teams, Leeds Knights, teams like that. That has then got to be his next move.
Yeah.
Because if everybody's saying that the gap between Solway and Dundee is too big, he's lighting it up every game at Solway. So where's the next step? He has to go someplace if he's no good enough for Elite League. He has to go to one of these teams.
Lighting it up in that league, including the Michigan.
Yeah. I know. Talented
lad,
yeah.
And if he did go to that level, I'd hope to God the Stars had that on a two-way. So that when they did go down south and needed him, they take him.
But the other thing you've got to watch, right, and if you don't get him on a two-way, even though he's doing it even furthest away, Bristol, right, is it somebody else snaps him up.
Yeah, exactly. Like if he could sign
for Bristol
Steel Dogs, and go and sign with Sheffield.
Exactly. Bristol, I think Bristol have got like two ways with Cardiff Devils.
Yeah.
So they need to watch how they manage Johnny. For me, if that gap is too big, then he has to go to that next level, which is the Leeds Knights and these kind of teams. But if not, for me, I think he has to try full time with the Stars and see what happens. But what they can't afford to do, just my opinion, is they can't afford to either sit him on his arse for the majority of the game or play him on a fourth line where he's grinding, because that's not
a third line where he's grinding, because he's not a grinder. You could see that and I didn't mean to say anything against Johnny. Like the size of him, he's never going to be the grinding type.
No,
he is a skill type player.
He's for me, he's a sniper. Give him the puck in front of the goal and give him a chance to shoot, then allow him to do it. But great to see him getting that first goal. But like you, with the home game against Guildford was the end for me, that I thought, we'll threw this one away. We're going to go down there. C'est la vie. We'll win, we get bit.
Yeah.
And that's what it was like.
The saving grace for me on the Saturday home game was the return of drunk DJ Dean.
Yeah, everybody loves the drunk DJ Dean.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get them on now, are we?
Yes, as long as he doesn't come on fucking drunk.
I was going to say, we need to get him on drunk. But yeah, so senior last weekend, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of things for well, I've got three things for the good, but I'll pick one out, right? So the good was the whole Nottingham game, the 5-1 win, the first period against the Flames, but my good is Johnny McBean's first goal. First pro goal, elite league level, so he gets the good. The bad is basically period 2 and 3 against Guildford, and then periods 1, 2, and 3 against Guildford in there. That was the bad. And the ugly is we're still sitting only at 28% win percentage. We've managed to get to double figures. I didn't think that. We've managed to get to double figures.
They've only done that despite you.
Oh, fucking right. Well, they better prove it this weekend again then, because I'm going to say we've got Fife and Belfast, and I'm going to say it now, we'll still be sitting at 28% or less.
28% or less.
Shocking.
So,
yeah, it's been
okay.
Yeah. So that was it. The good McBean, the bad was the rest of the games, 5 periods of hockey against Guildford, and the ugly is we're still at 28% win percentage.
Yeah. So
Done.
It brings us on to our Craig Niche Decorator sponsored game preview. We do have the Fife Flyers away on Saturday night. The last weekend of the season, but obviously it's the last of the Scottish game. Biggest players for me, we've seen them so many times.
Yeah,
they've done so much damage to us during games this year. Kivilati, Lackinen, and Johansson, that line, with the addition of Zach Phillips thrown in there, who is obviously their top point scorer for the season. I didn't realise that Sherbinin was like the next highest point scorer. I think Sherbinin's got more points than Johansson this year.
He might. Sherbinin tends to chip in with a lot of assists.
I hope he gets his fucking tatties this weekend, eh?
Yeah.
And if you're there, I'm not going to be there.
No, not a bit. Fuck them.
If anyone's there, please record him getting his fucking tatties.
Yeah, it's never happened.
I'd love to see it. Don't know, Chris might. After the last time through there.
If anything, it'll be Chris. It'll not be anybody else. But no. I can't see it. Someone's going to have to happen for Chris to do it. It's going to be a tough game. It is the last weekend of the season. You'd like to think that the players know it's the last weekend of the season. And I'll be brutally honest, Junior, if they're going to put a performance on, I hope it's the next night against Belfast.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be sitting there watching ourselves getting absolutely embarrassed. Because Belfast are embarrassing teams at the moment, left, right, and centre. But
all over the place.
It's going to be difficult in Fife. The three guys that you mentioned, well, the four if you include Phillips, and then obviously the goalie.
Yeah. And I think that's actually a theme for the weekend is a line and a goalie. It's the same with Belfast. Obviously, Scott Conway going to be Player of the Year for the league. 40 goals and 49 assists in 50 games. And then obviously you've got your Goodwin, our good pal Mark Cooper. It always pops up with points against with.
I know. Yeah.
Bast with Besco or Whistle in the goal.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same again. Four or five players that are going to stand out.
Yeah.
And then it's battle of the goalie.
Yeah. They're head and right at this point in time. They're head and shoulders above everybody else.
Yeah,
head and shoulders.
As I said, that they had that really rocky start at the start of the season, and that's how I was saying that about Guildford. I feel that Guildford's been the most consistent throughout the entire season. Now they're sitting second. They're only 4 points off, 3 points off, or something.
They can still win. Well, put it this way: I think if Belfast lose twice and Guildford win twice, Guildford win the league. I think.
So they're 2 points behind.
2 points behind.
Yeah. So if Guildford beat Belfast to go level on points, but Belfast would still win the stay top because the regulation wins.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to the last weekend of the season. So Belfast effectively just need a point.
Yeah. And you know what? I think it's really good. And I know it's people will have to pay for it because it's on Viaplay, unless you've got Fire Stick. They're going to show the Belfast and Guildford game live.
Yeah.
On Saturday. So
yep.
That's the choice. The choice is go to a shithole in Fife or sit in the luxury of your own house watching Belfast and Guildford battle out for the league.
I think I know what I'm going to do. Or
yeah,
as Arlene will be doing, sitting watching Ant and Deck.
Oh, didn't I say it's on the same time as Ant and Deck?
It will be.
I'm going to hit Sky. I'm going to hit Sky Plus something. But yeah, it's going to be good. But I'm going to say it now, right? I've always touted for Guildford for the whole season, but I'm changing it now, right? I hope Belfast beat them because I ain't wanting anybody winning the league in our rank.
Yes.
Don't want it. Okay, fuck off with that. I'll tell you.
But
what
if Guildford beat Belfast and then we beat Belfast to stop them from winning the league? Can you imagine that fucking Conway's greeting puss?
It would be funny.
Senior, that would be tremendous.
Listen, it would be funny just to see that. But can't see it.
Right, so Fife away, what's your score?
Fife away, Fife will win 5-3.
And Belfast?
So this is difficult, right? Because if they win the league on Saturday, they're going to be pissed, right? So I'll give you two predictions, right? I'll give you two predictions. If they've won the league on Saturday,
you get one.
Nah. If they win the league on Saturday, then what will happen is Stars will beat them 5-2. If they don't win the league on Saturday, and if they come to us to win the league, Belfast will win 6-1.
Okay, so I've already wrote mine down.
Right.
Fife to win 4-1, and regardless of what happens on the Saturday, Belfast to win 6-2.
Yeah.
Because I'm no shite bag and have two choices.
Listen, they might let us win to reach the playoffs.
See if we beat them, do we get to replace them at the playoffs?
Oh, that would be good. That would be good. I think Sheffield fans are just happy we're not in the playoffs this year.
I know. But yeah, so that is our last game preview of the season. It brings us on this day, and there's not much happened on this day. There was no games on the Elite League's website for us on this day. However, we have a birthday, and it's a special birthday.
All right.
It is a royal birthday.
A royal birthday.
On this day, born in 1988, all hail Kevin Quick.
That's the first time I've guessed someone right.
King Kevin Quick, born on this day. So a very happy birthday. I still speak to him every now and again. But yeah, very happy birthday to Kevin Quick. What a player and a terrible
player.
Now we had this conversation. Me and a couple of the guys had this conversation about that year's team. Obviously, that was Hutch's last year coaching. Finished dead bottom, very close to how we're finishing this year. Which team wins that year or this year?
Junior, I can't even mind what I played in that team.
Shane Lust, Chris Blight, Brad Plumpton, Sean Ringrose came in halfway through the season. Kevin Quick, Martin Single, Hutchie. You're amazed I've just rattled off all those names there, yeah?
I'm trying to think.
Siggy Svet, did he not start the season with as well? That was the year that Mark Chevry was the goalie.
Okay.
And we all thought he was going to be tremendous, being the brother of a great player in Evan Chevry. And he turned out to be poor.
If you're putting me on the spot, I would say this year's team just sneak it.
Yeah, I said that. I actually said that Dryden and Sonch win the game for them.
I would say Dryden, Sonche, Barriga, Soke, and then including Dryden at the back. Yeah, even Chris Moorsey. I would put money on this year's team to beat them.
Yeah, I said that. I actually thought Dryden and Sonch would actually win it for this year's team themselves. But yeah, that season. One bright thing about that season was Igor Gangalski. He was a good player.
Igor was a good player.
I loved watching him.
Yeah, he was a feisty wee character, was he? He was in the fight.
That's when we brought in Timo Kulavainen. Remember him?
Yep.
Brought him in for Telford.
Yep.
I think it was Telford. I think that was Sam's last year. Jonas Limatainen, he was there for 6 games at the start of the season and decided to bolt.
Yeah. He was a decent player as well. Was he a D-man, was he? Was he a D-man?
Yep.
I thought he was a decent player.
I think Ashley started to stalk him a little bit and then he done a runner.
Oh, jeez. Baby. It was Baby Betty's birthday during the week.
It was a Baby Betty's birthday?
Yep. That's why I posted on our Facebook page. Then I kind of Mama Bear was happy, but it was happy birthday, Baby Betty. So we know that Liz listens to this, so and Baby Betty listens as well,
and Baby Betty, but
she loves it. Ashley loves it.
But yeah, that 2014, that was 2014 senior. They were here.
It's ridiculous,
nearly 10 years.
I know. It was just turning 40 at that time.
But yeah, that season, just a wee bit of wee facts information for you. Matthew Waugh was top point scorer that season with Sheffield, 79 points in 52 games.
Yeah.
And the Stars finished bottom of the league, having played 52 games and only winning 14.
Well, guess what?
Total points of 33.
Guess what? It was 4 more games than the fucking one this season.
Yeah, I know.
Hope Daisy's not listening. I've been swearing.
No, I knew there, but
I'll get into trouble.
That's us for this week.
Oh, no, sorry. Sorry, there is a shout out. Sorry, our good mate Gary Monroe took a wee bit of a bad turn, and I know that Gary listens into the show as well. So get well soon, guys, for the lads.
Yeah.
I hope you speedy recovery. Yeah. Sorry, I meant to say that at the start, Junior.
To forget his medication for his grumpiness. Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Must have been.
Margaret was hiding it.
Aye. No, she wants him on it to stop him from being grumpy. No, speedy recovery, Gary. But yeah, I say that is us for this week. Now then, it's a Flyers away Saturday. Hopefully, a last derby win of the season. Home at Belfast. Hopefully, give us the crowd something to cheer about for the last game of the 2022-23 season.
Yeah, Section C picnic.
Section C picnic, and we'll see you all there. Have a good rest of your week when you listen to this, and we'll see you
we'll see them
Sunday.
The next time will be the end of the season show.
Well, we'll see them on Sunday, and then the end of the season show.
Have
a good one, folks.